Here's how the routes would work. The downtown to St. Augustine route would run along Phillips Highway, and the trip, including stops, would take about 50 minutes. The downtown to Green Cove Springs route would run along tracks owned by CSX and Norfolk Southern. This trip would take about 48 minutes. And the downtown to Yulee route would be the shortest, with 40 minutes travel time.
So companies like Facebook, Google, Apple, they give users the option to add legacy contacts. That lets you grant access to others after your death. Now, you can set up this option through the account settings menu. Here's an example of how it works on an iPhone. We blurred out the name for privacy purposes, but check this out. You go to settings, and then you tap your name, and then from there you will press password and security, and then tap legacy contacts. See it there at the bottom? Your phone will ask for your Face ID to unlock your contacts, and then you can select who you want to add from that point.
Memorial Day weekend getting closer, and many airports, including Jacksonville International, are asking travelers to pack their patience.
And since temperatures are heating up, that means your energy bill might be going up too. But there are some ways that you can watch your energy use. Experts say that you can make use of window coverings or blinds, even curtains, to try to keep out some of that sun. Also, you want to turn off your fans when you leave rooms, and you want to make sure that you maintain your air conditioner and vents in your house to keep that dust out. Also, you can set your water heater to no more than 120 degrees. Butterflies, they are beautiful creatures that we often look to for their creatively designed and colorful wings, but right now, one specific butterfly species is in danger.
Action News Jax Princess Janae Steverson explains which butterfly and why we should care and how we can help.
First Alert Weather.
Action News Jax tracking heavy rain across the area. Look at this new video out of Riverside, tweeted just moments ago, and you can see the streets are flooded. New video out of downtown shows a manhole cover just bouncing out of the ground right in front of the old Moldus building near the Main Street Bridge. You can see a lot of air being pumped out of the underground garage there. The First Alert Weather team says this could be weather related as well. And a live look at 295 East at Pulaski Road, where traffic is flowing, but you can see the roads are wet. So be careful if you're heading out and if you're making plans for tonight. Let's take a live look here at First Alert Doppler HD. You can see those pops of green there. And our team is tracking where the rain is headed in your First Alert forecast. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. Let's get right over to Action News Jax First Alert meteorologist Alyssa Pedjick. And Alyssa, you're watching low-lying areas like Riverside, McCoy's Creek, those areas that typically get hit for flooding.
Yes, exactly. And you saw that video footage of the cars trying to make its way through the roads. So that's just something you need to be careful of, especially as we continue through the evening commute. But First Alert Doppler HD behind me, still tracking areas of heavy rain and storms. That flood warning in Duval County has since expired, but look at this, still a few light showers into downtown Jacksonville. Let's look at how much rain has fallen. This is radar indicated up to 2.5 inches. Can't even rule out 3 inches of rain into some spots. So all of that rain at one time, and we know this is an area prone to flooding from Riverside to Avondale and downtown Jacksonville. That can definitely cause some issues out on the roadways. This is all that's left with that storm. As it crossed the St. Johns River, it really fell apart. So it's over Mandarin right now, Fruit Cove, State Road 13. This will continue to work its way to the east into Durbin, the Durbin neighborhood at 408, and even a storm just to the north and west of St. Augustine, soon enough moving over Highway 1. It is weakening, though, as it approaches the coastline. That's what we're starting to see as this progresses. So it will be moving into Volcano Beach in the next 4 minutes. Seeing that line of storms just to the south of Palatka, north of Crescent City, and also Georgetown. It's really honing in on Highway 17 south of Palatka, so just keep that in mind for the evening commute. Coming up in your full forecast, I will time out the rain for you hour by hour, not only today, but also for tomorrow, and give you an update on the tropics.
All right, you can download the Action News Jax First Alert weather app for storm updates, up-to-the-minute radar, and your 7-day forecast. It's all free in your app store. Search Action News Jax.
Live at 4, Fox 30 Action News Jax starts right now.
An area best known for cheap motel rates and crime could be getting a facelift. Action News Jax Sky Vision drone flew over the Dix Ellis Trail area, highlighted here on the left side of this map, and it is near Bay Meadows Road, 995. Legislation was introduced at last night's City Council meeting that would redevelop this area from motels to permanent housing. This is Action News Jax at 4. I'm John Bachman.
I'm Tanika Hughes. Action News Jax Megan Moriarty is live outside of America's Best Inn on the south side. And Megan, that is one of the businesses set to be transformed.
Tanika, John, it's also a spot known for crime. Just this year, there have been 3 shootings here at this location. This is the America's Best Inn. That's according to our Action News Jax records. Now, we also do know that this place was actually condemned by code enforcement because of structural issues, and it's now set to be rezoned into housing. You probably remember back in April when Action News Jax told you about guests being told to leave this property for motel renovations. Around that same time, a 10-year-old girl was hurt during a shooting while playing with another kid at the same location. Councilman Danny Becton says he's worked with code enforcement for some time trying to get this place in order. Now, Dix Ellis Trail has attracted lots of crime in recent years. Just in the last month, there have been 16 crimes within a half-mile of the area, according to JSO's crime mapping page. At last night's city council meeting, legislation was introduced to change 3 of the motels, including America's Best Inn, into affordable housing. Councilman Becton says he's working with nearby businesses to make this a reality.
We both have the same motivation to do whatever we can to improve the circumstances and the situation of crime.
Ahead on Action News Jax at 5:30, what developers are doing and what standards they're putting in place to make sure that this housing doesn't continue to be a crime-ridden area. For local coverage, you can count on in Bay Meadows, Megan Moriarty, Action News Jax.
Just into the Action News Jax newsroom. Take a look at your screen. And right now, investigators in Clay County are asking for your help to find this missing teen. Darius Hunt has been missing since July 15th. He was last seen in Middleburg off Wisteria Lane, but he could be in Keystone Heights. He may be wearing a white t-shirt and black jeans with holes in them. If you have seen him, please contact Clay County deputies.
Covering St. Johns County now, where a daycare employee accused of molesting a child inside a classroom will be held in jail with no bond. We told you Monday when 18-year-old Anthony Josiah Guadalupe was arrested. Police say he touched a young girl at Chappelle Daycare inappropriately. Reports say that when the girl's father came to pick her up from the daycare, he walked inside the classroom and saw his daughter pulling up her underwear. Guadalupe was later fired. Today, a judge denied bond.
President Biden has tested negative for COVID twice, once yesterday, once again today. The president tweeted out a photo of his negative test with the caption, "Back to the Oval." Doctors determined that the president contracted BA.5, an Omicron subvariant, which is now the predominant strain in the U.S.
Almost a third of Duval County charter schools fell below average on the latest state report card. That's nearly triple the amount since before the pandemic. Action News Jax Robert Grant joins us live on the south side now. Robert, at least 2 schools failed this last round.
John, but before now, 2019, this is before COVID ever happened, none of the charter schools failed. River City Science Academy, Intracoastal here behind me, which just opened last year, they tell a bit of a different story here. They've received consistently A's. I just spoke inside to the principal here who tells me that's because they bring an individualized approach to teaching. Enrollment at the school is up several hundred students this year, and River City Science Academy as a whole has expanded to now 5 campuses. But the last state report card shows more charter schools are falling behind here in Duval. Coming up on Action News Jax at 6, I asked the principal what they're doing differently, what other charter schools could probably follow. I'll have that coming up in the next couple hours here. Also, why they say they deserve that taxpayer money. With local coverage you can count on the south side, I'm Robert Grant, Action News Jax.
Right now, the CDC has said no brain-eating amoeba has been detected in a Florida teen. The 13-year-old Caleb Ziegelbauer went swimming at Port Charlotte Beach July 1st. A week later, he started hallucinating. ER doctors had told his family that he had the brain-eating amoeba, but after testing 2 samples from the boy, the CDC says that they found no traces of the amoeba.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recently updated sleep regulations for babies. The new set of rules urging parents to make sure that their newborns sleep on their backs and on flat surfaces. The Academy also encourages parents to sleep in the same room as their babies for at least the first 6 months. It also suggests parents not use strollers, swings, or baby carriers to help their babies fall asleep. The Academy says approximately 3,500 infants die from sleep-related issues every year in the United States.
Video shows a new Jacksonville fire station officially open in E-Town. Action News Jax Jessica Barreto shows us how it's making a difference for the neighbors who live next door and potentially helping them all save money.
Sandra Columbaro moved into an E-Town retirement community a year and a half ago from South Florida.
I just kept growing and growing. It's nice because I'm inside the gates and I can walk the sidewalks. And if I have difficulty, I can get home very easily.
And now she knows firefighters can get to her easily too. That's because next door,
2, 3.
Jacksonville Fire Station 74, a $5.5 million facility, is officially open, and it'll welcome about 15 firefighters to start their shift tomorrow.
E-Town and the surrounding area was in dire need of a fire station to reduce response times.
Love it. We're very happy that it's here.
Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department has a Class 1 designation from the Insurance Services Organization, or ISO. It's the highest designation possible, and it's awarded based on how well the department can protect its citizens. Fire Station 74 helped JFRD keep its ISO Class 1 designation, and that's because of how close it is to nearby structures. Just take a look at the homes that are on the other side of that sidewalk. They're all within a 1-mile radius and a less than 5-minute drive. That could help homeowners save on property insurance. According to the Insurance Information Institute, a fire and lightning claim averages more than $77,000. So the consumer financial services company Bankrate.com says insurers could factor in fire preparedness and ISO ratings to calculate premiums.
It's good for us because our homes are wood-based. But just knowing that if it's there, they don't have to go through, miles of traffic. They're right around the corner.
For local coverage you can count on anytown, I'm Jessica Barreto, Action News Jax.
Jacksonville City Council member Rory Diamond says a vote banning balloon releases in the city may come up next month. Diamond introduced his bill at last night's city council meeting. He says balloons are harmful to our beaches and ecosystem. We reached out to him this morning. Diamond says that this now kicks off a 6-week cycle before it potentially becomes law.
Tonight, local comedian and artist Lil Duval is recovering after he was hit by a car while riding on a four-wheeler in the Bahamas. This is a screen grab of an Instagram post on Lil Duval's page, and since we were last on air, the comedian has updated his condition, said that he actually broke his hip and not his leg. In a post, he said he is in a lot of pain, but nothing can steal his joy. We wish him a quick recovery.
New video shows the moment that a woman pulled out a gun inside of the Dallas Love Field Airport, and you can see that she's highlighted here wearing the hoodie here, and she walks around a bit before she comes to a sudden stop, and then she turns around and appears to walk away, and that's when she holds the gun up in the air, and investigators say she fired twice after reportedly shouting that she was going to blow the place up. You can also see the officer who returned fire, and she was shot in the leg. The officer was not hurt. That woman was later arrested and charged with aggravated assault.
One police force is offering an incentive to help recruit and retain officers. The Police Officers Association in California is getting a child care center for law enforcement. The center will offer employees extended hours and affordable rates.
We also noted this is going to help remove a barrier that currently exists for some women who hesitate to become police officers because of concerns about child care.
It's just getting more and more difficult to attract people to come to our organization, and then once they're here to retain them, to have them stay. This child care solution will do that.
The initiative is funded for 3 years and includes a $3 million investment from state grants and donor funding.
CBS 47 and Fox 30 are your official lottery stations, and the Mega Millions jackpot is now more than $1 billion. And if you take the cash option, if you by chance were to win, that's $602 million before taxes. A Mega Millions spokesperson said his website was seeing unprecedented traffic and many folks getting error messages for last night's drawing. That site saw around 62 million requests within a 24-hour period.
There is a new effort to help sea turtles. As Action News Jack's Nick Gibson reports, new amber lights are being installed.
Yeah, right now we're in the middle of nesting season for sea turtles, and both the Beach Energy Services and the Beach Sea Turtle Patrol say these amber lights can help.
We realize that there's a light, a specific light, that does not look like the moon.
Matt Seeley with Beach Energy Services says the lights they are installing look orange, and sea turtles aren't attracted to that.
And so we've just been trying to pick a a light that would be able to put in those locations in proximity to the beach that would not distract them.
Sealy says those lights will go in 35 locations throughout Jacksonville Beach and surrounding beaches. The project cost approximately $75,000. Right now, they are waiting for a certain part for those lights to come in before the project can be completed.
We have specific brackets that we had to have made for the pole and these lights, and right now we're currently waiting on the brackets.
Kevin Brown with Beach's Sea Turtle Patrol says when regular lights are used, it can hurt the sea turtle.
The lights disorientate the animal and causes them a lot of anxiety.
Brown says it's a reason why these sea turtles are constantly back at beaches in North Florida.
These animals coming up and nesting every year and giving off thousands of hatchlings means our beaches are healthy. Our water's good.
Brown says to call them if you come across a sea turtle. Now, Brown says if you see a sea turtle, to never pick it up. For local coverage you can count on, reporting from Jax Beach, Nick Gibson, Action News Jax.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Corey Sima. Tracking a few heavy downpours out there. Here at 4 o'clock, this is I-95 just south of County Road 210 in St. Johns County. I'll zoom in on First Alert Doppler HD and track these hit or miss storms in the First Alert forecast.
And drowning is the #1 killer for children under 5, the device that could alert you before tragedy ever happens.
Coming up new on CBS 47 Fox 30, Action News Jax at 5. The nation's top gun makers are facing questions from Congress, the changes it could lead to.